Hello, level 42. Welcome back. Welcome back. The Buccaneers. Guy 1, not Guy 2. Orlando Pirates 1. Supersport United 1. First half, you have to say we look nice. We look good. Second half, we lost the plot. We allowed Supersport back in the game. I feel like this game, for us, it feels like a loss. For Supersport, it feels more like a win to them because they had to fight back and they did it quite well. We switched off, but hey, what can we do? What can we say? Today we're gonna be looking it down, getting it down. I've got Mans, I've got Liz, I've got Liz on my side right here. We're going down, we're getting down to the game. It's gonna be awesome analysis. I know we got two people in the building, but you know, where there's two, there's fire. I'm just saying. But let's get into it. So, Mandy, looking at that game, let's just start it off where we always start off. The first 11. What did you see in that first 11? Was it nice? Was it okay? What did you feel?
I think it was a typical first 11, if I'm being honest, considering the fact that we don't have an outright striker. Like, Jesus, this is going to kill us. But yeah, I'm not surprised with the front three. It's the three we usually use when we don't have a striker. So I wasn't really surprised. The
Yeah.
back, I think I understood why they had to put Marco and Drovo at the back there. So I'm not necessarily mad about it. I'm actually okay with it. Middle, I was expecting it anyway. So it's a predictable 11 for this sort of circumstance for me.
True. Yeah, same here. I was looking at the first 11. I was I was a bit skeptical because only because of the false nine and because I didn't see Figo today. Because I mean, in my mind, I was
Mm.
like, after scoring two games in a row, I thought it was an
Oh,
absolute that he was going to start. I mean, he proved himself that, hey, coach, I should be starting now. And then I didn't even see him on the bench. I was like, come on, this guy is kidding us. Why did you kill Tambo? Like, he just went for two games in a row. Give him another game. He should make it three, I'm sure. But the coach didn't put
yeah.
him on the bench, so I was a bit skeptical there. And then with the false nine, I was like, no, but yes at the same time because I'm like, hey, it's better we play with the first nine than put Mundele. No
Yeah.
hate,
No, no. But yeah.
nothing personal, but he's missing too many chances. It's worrying because like we bought
Ooh.
him as a striker. He had a reputation of scoring goals, and he just came and he wasn't scoring goals. So I'm like, hey, maybe he needs some time to first, you know, do something, get on the score sheet in the under 23s or in training. He should be scoring more or something because when Mango and Lepasa and Mabasa are fully fit, I don't think he even gets on the bench because I mean you can't have three strikers on the bench. So he needs to up his game, honestly. But much love for the guy, much love. On to that first half. That first half was the first 30 minutes. Supersport couldn't breathe. They couldn't hammer. I'm sure you could
Mhm.
see that. Like I don't know what did you see
Yeah.
in that first half. Like what was your take?
I think I agree with you. First off, like we put so much pressure, Supersport didn't even know what to do. Like we were finding so many gaps and holes and opportunities. So I think we should have definitely used all of those opportunities and scored and started punishing them early because second half everything just went sideways. So I feel like with set pieces, I feel like we actually have to do better with
Mm.
those. We are slightly better than we were in like past games.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
are a little bit threatening. But I feel like if we become absolutely threatening in those set pieces, we could probably convert a lot of those corners into goals.
definitely.
And I think I was actually a bit worried with the false nine, like
Mhm.
the same way you were, because what's this Super Squad has two strikers, not even just one. They had two, and they have pace. I was slightly worried about our false nine there
Mm.
because there's a lot of pressure to put on three people in front of it because they have to somehow create and score opportunities. So it's like double the
True.
pressure.
soon.
Um, I think. Oh, and one thing, an honorable mention for Ndlovu. The 30th minute, his recovery there was
Hmm.
beautiful. It was very good.
Low.
Like after I saw the recovery, yeah, Ndlovu in the 30th minute, somewhere he recovered really well.
He's getting better.
And I was literally just there like, "Wow, he is. I'm loving what I'm seeing. No lie, like he's getting really
True.
good. That's about it for the first half.
Hey, that first half, also me, I was like, the first 30 minutes, I couldn't take my eyes off that game because we were creating chance after chance after chance. Supersport, when they got the ball, they just kicked
Uh-huh.
it forward. They didn't know what to do. We got back, we're like, okay, recycle, create a chance. Recycle, create a chance. And also on that point, like on creating, like being more deadly on set pieces. Like, I don't
Mhm.
understand. Like, we've got Tyson. Like, I don't know if it was the last video when I said it. I was like, Tyson, to me, is the best aerial player in the league. Why aren't the corners
Yeah.
being aimed at his head? I mean, today they were aiming at Makaringe, Chele, whoever. In training, I'm sure they've seen that. Not even in training, in matches. Chachayo wins almost every header, whether it's defensive. Well, okay, because he's not offensive, but in our box, Tyson is winning every header. Like, he does lose maybe one battle or two battles, but if you give him 10 battles, I'm sure he wins 80% of his battles. He's winning them. So I'm sure like the coach can see that now it's time to aim for Tyson, because no one, like, every time you aim for Jalen, something goes wrong. It's either he doesn't get it or it's too much. But we need to start aiming for Tyson because he's the best in the air. Like, his header, he's got amazing heading power. Somehow, like, he's got this. I think it comes with experience. He's always got the knack to be in the right position for where the ball is gonna be, and he wins his ball. Like, but the first half, oh, I was like, those corners we should have put away at least one. At least one.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Did you see there was a point where we had three corners in a row, and they all looked like they could have got in.
Hmm.
I don't know, like, why. In my mind, I'm like, why didn't we score at least one? Because that's where I saw, like, Ronan Williams is one of my favorite goalkeepers. I wanted us to sign him instead of Ofori, but now after looking at him today, no, Ofori is my guy. Ofori is my guy. I'm with
Hmm.
you. I'm with you. I'm with you. Because
Hmm.
I saw Ronan Williams is not a dominant goalkeeper in his box, like for corners and stuff. Ofori, you can hear him, like, not there's no fan. You can hear him shouting the whole time. And when they cross that ball, if it's not Tyson, it's Ofori. And that's
Hmm.
what I love the most, like seeing those guys. Ofori is my go-to guy now. He's my go-to guy. But overall, that first half, ah, we should have taken our chances, basically that. And also, massive shout out, like you said, Ndlovu and Marco. I have to say that first half they were so disciplined. They Supersport, their wingers, Mahachi and who was the other guy on the other side? I don't know who was playing on the other side. They couldn't dribble. They couldn't get past. Ndlovu tackle, Marco tackle, recovery. Everything was going beautiful. I have to say. What do you think on Marco and Ndlovu's first half? Like, do you think they, like, not even the first half, the whole game? Do you think they could be contenders for man of the match, like them themselves?
I think so. Because if I'm being honest, Jovi really impressed me in this match because he was like, what can I say? And as soon as he went for a player, he made sure to get the ball more than the player, which is always obviously the objective. But most times when he was challenging for the ball or for possession, he get it. Like I think he first half, he is it first half? I think
Yeah, it was
so.
first half. Maybe.
Oh no, it was second half. Sorry, when he managed to clear from Robla because he was in the penalty
Oh
area and then he
yeah,
managed to
yeah.
like go. Yes, second half. I was very impressed by that one. So I feel like he was consistent in terms of like making sure that threats were like diminished.
Hmm.
Marco is literally the shortest guy on the pitch, but he plays like he's twice his size. I
Hmm.
love it.
He's a fighter.
I love it. He is like he has this ability to like he has this ability to like, control the ball and to protect it, even though he's like tiny as hell.
Dude.
So I feel like he's the smallest person, but he fights the most, and it's amazing. Because then it's like you shouldn't. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, sorry, because I think like it's a spirit. Okay,
Don't worry,
I'm
yeah.
saying you. Okay, at least you can still hear me. At least like when he does go for the ball, he goes full force, even though he is tiny. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like he's really dangerous, even at his small size. So I think
Definitely.
that's amazing. I'm here for it. I love it.
Most def. That man is doing the most. Second half. Second half. We're looking at the second half. Second half. The first. Well, my perspective when I was thinking about it, like I remember I was telling you guys about this. I was like, every time we go into the lead from the first half, our second half is very defensive.
Mm.
Today, when we started the second half, we were not defensive. I was actually surprised and I was like, maybe this is the game to just defend a bit because this is super sport. When they come out there, they're gonna be hitting long ball after long ball. But
Yeah.
I can't be flip flopping. I have to keep it and praise him for the fact that in those early stages we looked like we could have got a goal. It's just the last pass or the opportunity wasn't right. But the second half approach, I enjoyed it for the first 5 minutes, and then later on, I don't know, we looked tired or we looked gassed, or there's times where in the match that like when Supersport is having chances, we were not, we stopped playing. Let me put it like that. I don't know. What did you see in that second half?
I think no, I agree with you. I think second half, yeah, Supersport literally came out guns blazing. Like
Mm.
I'm not even going to lie. I was even like, shit. Okay, we're in trouble. Because like first half they looked like they were struggling, and then second half they were like, no, 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 we are not going to take this lying down.
Mm.
So I knew for a fact that Supersport can be really deadly, especially because I mean they have the top goal scorer as their striker. So I mean,
Bradley Grob.
the dog. I think he has like how many goals?
13.
13?
Mm.
Yeah, 13 if I'm not mistaken. So it's like if he's on the pitch and the entire team switches on, we are in trouble. And who's this? Manziba was here. He literally divided our entire defense. Like, yo,
He was
it
scaring
was
them.
it was difficult to watch at some points, but like Supersport switched on. So I feel like then that's when this pirate slightly switched off. Like you said, when Lush came off, it was like, oh no, what are we gonna do now?
Mm.
It was. I feel like we found it more difficult to find um opportunities, and when we did, we weren't capitalizing on them. It's either like the like Hoto's one, I think in the 89th minute or something, just needed to push it slightly harder to get through, and then it would have been a goal.
Sure.
And then it was Zamini's chance as well,
Mm.
where okay, granted he's still a chance either way,
It was.
but we didn't have as many chances, and it was like this is dangerous. And then when they scored, I'm like, it was a matter of time. I'm
Mm.
being honest.
I wanted to get your opinion on the own goal. What did you think about it? Because like immediately after that goal, Nigel texted me. He's like, Ben Mutsari, Ben Mutsari bet on Betway. He's collaborating on Betway, and I was like, yo, it was so. Yeah, that takes. I was popping. I was popping. But yeah, what is your take on that own goal? Do you think it was preventable, or like not just Mutsari's thing? Because I think in Mutsari's position, he had no choice. Like he had to swing his leg, and unfortunately, because it's wet, anything the ball skids goes anywhere and it hits him, it could go in. But the way that goal came, how do you see that? How did you feel about that one? Was it preventable or was it inevitable?
I think first of all, Mutsari is not sleeping tonight. Like, yeah, thing's gonna haunt him. Fuck, I feel bad. Like, yeah, but it's fine. It happens. But I think I think it probably could have been both, actually. Yes and no.
Hmm.
Because yes, it could have been preventable in terms of like we could have marked him. We really could have. And that way we could have like closed down any form of gaps or like potential to like header it in, knock it in, whatever it is. So
Hmm.
I feel like yes, in that sense, defensively we could have prevented it. But in terms of Mutuari, I don't necessarily think he could have prevented that.
Yeah.
Because even if he wasn't there, it was going to go in.
Yeah, it looked
So
like it.
yeah, like I feel like even if he wasn't there, it was still going to be a goal. So it's just unfortunate that his foot and the fact that there was like you said, it was raining, wet conditions. So I think the way it slid off his foot at a very bad angle just didn't work in his favor. So I feel like it's just one of those freak accidents that just
Yeah.
happened.
But to me, I think that that
Yeah. So
goal,
but, mm,
that goal was preventable. If you look at the gameplay, right? Like, firstly, before that goal, Supersport should have been given a penalty for Mutari's tackle. He
yeah,
fouled Krobler. I don't know how they didn't see it, but it looked like a penalty. When you saw the replay, it looks like a penalty. But
yeah.
there was warning signs because, like, I think 5 minutes, few minutes before that goal, the way we were playing, we got the ball, we launched it to nobody. They got the ball, they restart, come back. They were basically doing what we did to them in the first half, putting us under pressure. When we clear it, they on it. They win the first ball, the second ball, come back. Win the first ball, second ball, come back, and we were under so much pressure. Like, we had to, like, that whole play was preventable if in the first instance we put the ball down and decided to play, but we are like, nah, we don't want to play. We were just clearing it because of pressure and whatever. But I think it required maybe fresh legs also, because when what's this Chobeni came in into midfield, we had like a diamond system of four central midfielders, and in my mind, I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, we're 1-0 up, so I don't mind it. That means we're gonna dominate the ball. Second half, we didn't dominate that ball, and I was so confused. And I'm like, we've got four central midfielders. We've got Monari, we've got Ben, we've got Chobeni, we've got Makarinde. Everybody should be playing, but now we keep losing the ball. We keep losing the ball. We get the ball, lose it, and I'm like, guys, come on. Like, you could see that this goal was coming soon, and I'm just like, if we don't play the ball anytime soon, Supersport are just gonna put in a cross and something's gonna happen. And it was
Mhm.
inevitably there. They put in a cross. This is one battle that Tyson actually lost. Like, the first, I think that was the only battle he lost in the air in that game. And that's props to Tyson. We're not looking down on Tyson. Tyson, he's a very good guy in the air, but you can't win every ball. But that one, when he lost it, I think that's where Ndlovu should have actually been the first man to mark that guy who was shooting. But
Mm.
I think everybody was just like, Tyson is winning this header maybe, and they were just like, hey, we're gonna face to clear or something. Because after that ball was lost, if you look at everybody's like, they're standing still except Ben, who's moving towards the goalkeeper. Everybody just stops, and I'm just like, and no. And then the shot comes in and just poof, own goal. And I'm like, ish. But yeah, overall, also giving props to Tyson and Jele. I'm liking the partnership. It really looks solid.
Mm.
I don't know,
It's
like,
working.
I was skeptical about it, but now I'm just like, I like it. I'm still gonna doubt it because we don't have pace there at that centre back position. We don't have pace, and I wish we had pace in at least one of the two because of some pacey strikers we might face. Because against Sundown, I see us having trouble if they play Kermit and Shalulile. We'll be in trouble running back. But overall, like,
Mhm.
against teams that we can dominate, Tyson Jale is my go-to combination because those guys right now, Tyson is putting in a more disciplined display. He's looking more like an Orlando Pirates centre back. Like, this partnership is reminding me of
Yeah.
Lekhwati Sangweni type vibe. It's, all that's missing is goals right now from those two. Jella and Tyson, those tall guys need to start getting goals. But yeah, if you look at it,
Yeah, look, Tyson scored, in the first leg. That
yeah,
literally, I don't understand. why these players decide to score when nobody's watching. Tyson scored, and I bet you it's from a header.
It
I
was
will
it was a
bet you it's from
corner.
a header.
It's a corner, and it was a header.
You
I don't know why we're not aiming for him when we saw that he can score a header. Because I saw the highlights and I was like, this guy scored from a corner. It was a header. Finally, they're
see,
listening. And then, ever since like one game later, because Tyson didn't. Oh, he did play the last game. 2 games later, last game as well, they weren't aiming for him for the corners, and I'm just like, what more do you need to see that this guy is amazing in the air? We need to get corners to him because, again, it for us to be scary and complete, we need to be scary from everything. We can't just be scary on the ground because
yeah.
there'll be games where teams are gonna mark us out of the game. We're gonna have to have a plan B, and if it has to be set pieces, we have to be very good at them as well. And I think Tyson can really do that job for us. The chances we were creating in the last few minutes, like, could you see, like you mentioned it, you saw that, like, I've been crying about it, but you saw what happens when you make a substitution. He brings energy to the side, and I don't know if you see it the way I see it. Like, what do you think on the coach's substitution times? Like, are they good? Could they be better, or what's up?
No, I remember you did say like a couple of weeks ago that you wish that he subbed some of the people earlier to give them more time to warm up. And I definitely saw it today. I think it's
Hmm.
because I was looking for it as well. Because with I think it's Chobeni or someone, he replaced Lodge because I mean he was injured,
True.
groin injury. And then they put him on, and I was like, okay, fine. You want to put the 19-year-old, but I was skeptical because it's kind super sport.
Hmm.
So I was like, I don't know if it's a good idea to put him against this team, but okay, we'll see. And then when I could see that he was not handling everything well, and I'm like, okay, you need to sub him like now. And then they put in Jamini like a couple of like literally, I think there was 10 minutes left, and I was like, and he
7.
created that chance. You see, 7 minutes, and he created that chance in that 7 minutes, and I was like, had you put him in earlier, I feel like he would have scored by now. Because if he can create that chance in 7 minutes, imagine what happens if you put him in like 30 minutes in, or at halftime, you replace Jobin and you put in Jamini and see what happens. I mean, like you said, Figo wasn't even on the like he wasn't even on there, and I don't understand why. Because he's been scoring goals. We needed him today. We really needed him today and he
Coach
wasn't
killed it.
there. So I completely agree with you in terms of the subs. Like if you're gonna make a sub, make sure that the sub can warm up during the game, allow for them to like adapt to the pace, like you said a couple of times, like constantly actually. So I saw it today, and I completely agree with you. Instead of subbing in people 7 minutes in doesn't do anything.
What do you do? Like, you've got 7 minutes. Change the game. Uh-uh. Change your game. 7 minutes, coach. Oh, coach. I mean, you and
I
I
mean,
both have played soccer.
sort of did it.
It's not enough time.
It's true, but imagine if he did score in that 7 minutes. Then it's like, now what happens when you give him 30 minutes? Think about it.
I don't know. I'm very skeptical about our coach now. Like, something doesn't make sense to me because I'm looking at it. Dlamini gets 7 minutes. Dumbo doesn't even make the bench. These are guys over the past 2 weeks who've actually said, no, coach. They've played really well and said, coach, look at me. I'm raising my hand. I want to play. Give me time. And I thought this was the opportunity. If you're making a sub for Lodge, I'm like, because Dumbo's not there, Dlamini has to come in. And I'm like,
Mm.
okay, he's gonna put Trobeni. I didn't mind Trobeni. As much as he had a bad game today, we'll have to allow it because he's young. But one thing I didn't like was that the coach brought in Trobeni as a sub, then took him off again. It's gonna kill the boys' morale first, number one. Think about Trobeni. Trobeni is an improving player, he's actually very good. But now if you're gonna bring him on as a sub and then take him off again, his confidence is gonna drop. And that's the worst thing that's the last thing a player like Trobeni needs right now. Yes, he had a bad game, but taking him off, his confidence is just gonna sleep on the ground, and for him to bring back up, for you to bring it back up is gonna be very difficult. But that's that's something else. But Again, I'm crying by the timing of these substitutions. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
no. Like, coach, come on. I understand that the team does look nice. Like, it looks like a good team for some time, but I'm sure when, like, one of the things that irritates me the most is that you can, when the opposition makes subs, I'm sure he can see the intensity they bring because was it Manziba that came on for Supersport?
Mm-hmm.
When Manziba came on with whoever he came on with, Supersport became even more dominant. Like they were dominating the game, but it was like maybe a 55 to 45, and I was like, it's okay because it's just like we can win the ball back and start playing. But now when he brought fresh players on, I was like, coach, I'm sure you can see that Supersport's intensity has gone up. It's time for you to make a
Mm-hmm.
sub so you can also increase our intensity. And then he didn't, and I'm like, come on, man. Now he's subbing players to come on for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and it's becoming a habit, and I don't like it. Not the best result we could have had, but we'll have to accept it. We'll have to go back to the drawing
Mm-hmm.
board. Um, Maybe we can look at the Mnandi moments. Mnandi moments, real quick. Mnandi moments. Maybe you can give us one for today. What was your Mnandi moment?
My one I actually had two, but
You can go for it. It's
so I
not.
had
It's just me and you.
I go for both. I can actually go for both.
Go for both.
Ah, okay. My first one obviously has to be Bule's goal. Well,
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily okay, not necessarily the goal itself, but like the assistance from Hato was beautiful because that gap that he managed to see, or the gap that obviously like defenders created. Like literally, if you play it back, you can literally see the beautiful pass straight to Bullet. That was just like
Chilling in the
satisfying to
pockets.
watch. Yes, it was just satisfying to watch. Like I loved it. I literally had to watch it 3 times just to be like that was beautiful. But anyway,
Oh,
my second my second one has to be Tyson's block in the 57th minute. Like
yo,
that timing of that tackle.
yo,
But then he injured himself, his arm afterwards. But it was beautifully timed. Like Tyson, jeez, this
stand out,
game. Nah,
stand out.
like no, he did well today, and that block just was my favorite part. It was beautiful. It
Yeah,
was amazing. Yeah.
you have to go with it. Those are some Nandi moments. I wanted to take the Tyson one, eh? But some I should have said no. Should have said you must only take one. Now you took the Tyson moment. I'm just like, here we go again. No more Nandi moment for me.
I
But
asked, "Are you sure?" And you're like, "Yes, just pick two."
I'll give it to you. But one of my Nandi moments, another one, had to go to what is this? Uma Karenge, one of my favorite players also. There was a time where I don't know if it was in our defensive half. He was running towards, I think, the touch line, or he was running backwards. Two Super Sport players came and pressing him. Hey, he hit some other turn, and I was like, yay! Eliminated both men, said turn, then said pass. And then we went on the counter, and I was like, thank God, man. This boy, Makaringa has turned up this season. Like, the beginning, he was
Mm,
shaky, he got criticized, and, like, I think every Orlando Pirates player that Junior Kanye criticizes ends up playing very well. So all I can say is, Junior, please keep criticizing our players. It helps them play better. Because Makaringa has turned out into one of the players of the season right now. He's looking like one of them. Tyson has turned a corner. I don't even know. Like he's looking good. He's looking like a
mm,
player, the player that we wanted, that we thought we were signing. He's looking like with
yeah.
that block. See that block? Like even his past 4 games, he's been looking like the player to sign. He looks like the player to sign. Like I'm happy he's with us now. I'm like thank God we did it, cause he's looking good. He's looking good. But yeah, that was my Monday moment. Maybe we just reflect on the game and just say, well, in the prize, we hope that the next game we will be looking better. Hopefully, we'll be better structured in terms of defense and, well, not defense, but like second halves. Like, I'm really worried about our second half. Second halves, we hopefully improve on that. Something the coaches will look down and think about using their subs as well. But
And
overall,
that's false.
Yeah, overall the game was okay. It wasn't dominant Orlando Pirates, but it was okay. And with that, would like to say we out Buccaneers. Don't forget hit the like button, subscribe button, switch on that notification button. New content dropping soon as usual. Next game, who's our next game? Is it Marisburg in the Nedbank Cup or is it another league fixture?
Round of 16 on Saturday.
Round of 16. See, but end. I want to see clear win. We'll show Chiefs how it's done to beat our Judas.
Mm.
But actually, we're winning this game. What am I saying? We're playing Etugral. Is it? What's it? Not Etugral. What's his name? Middendorp. Ah, come on, man. We got this in the bag. We got
Never
this.
underestimate any team.
I'm not underestimating them. I'm just saying, if Orlando Pirates play with a team, with a team that plays, I don't see these guys beating us because if Middendorp is gonna play the long ball, forget it. Tyson is winning that ball. Chiefs tried it. Tyson won so many headers. Midfield, they don't have the ball players that we have. So I'm comfy. I'm comfy. Pirates 2-0 win. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Cautiously optimistic.
Cautiously optimistic.
Alright. Goodbye. Have yourself a lovely evening.